burning question powered by Timex, Havels Fans and Sharda University.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, there have been very sharp responses that have come in from the government. From the government on many of these opposition parties who do not want to see Parliament for its real worth, who want to see politics in this. Again, like I said, this is because of the fact that they literally hate Narendra Modi. Amit Shah actually has said, wait and watch. The next time around, we'll get more seats than what we got the last time around. The Prime Minister has also put out a very subtle message of how everyone needs to get together, and that's exactly how a democracy functions. But is the opposition convinced? Perhaps no. So we'll break down that story in just a bit. First up, the headlines on top of it.
अभी मोदी जी आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के वर्ष में देश की संसद का नया भवन 28 तारीख को लोकार्पण करने वाले हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी और उनके साथी राजनीति कर ओछी राजनीति का एक उदाहरण पेश कर उसका बहिष्कार।
Amit Shah tearing into the opposition. He questions their hypocrisy. He sets the record straight. He says the Congress's boycott does not even matter. While 21 opposition parties to boycott, more than 9 parties now decide to attend the ceremony that happens this Sunday. The divide, ladies and gentlemen, is wide and open now.
भारतीय समुदाय का जो कार्यक्रम था, वहां ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्रधानमंत्री का आना गौरव की बात। पूरी अपोजिशन पार्टी के मेंबर्स से, रूलिंग पार्टी के मेंबर्स से ये लोकतंत्र का
Amidst the boycott controversy, the Prime Minister giving that message to the opposition. He says Australian opposition also attended the Indian event. The Assam Chief Minister launching a scathing attack against those who relegated the sacred Senegal as Nehru's walking stick.
कि उन्होंने पूरा आश्वासन दिया है कि जब ये बिल राज्यसभा में आएगा तो राज्यसभा में इस बिल को पास नहीं होने देंगे।
That is Arvind Kejriwal going party to party for support. He gets the NCP backing in the Rajya Sabha against Delhi. So first up, let's get you up to date with what really has happened. You know, we've spoken of the hatred against Narendra Modi that has united a lot of opposition parties, but people are angry. People say this is our parliament. This is the temple of our democracy. So why to boycott that inauguration ceremony that happens this Sunday? Now, there are figures that you all must know. There are 25 parties now, at least, including 7 non-NDA parties, that all will be in attendance this Sunday at the inauguration. So what has changed in the last few hours? There have been political parties that have decided to have a rethink, including parties like the BSP, headed by Mayawati, who says that certain political parties, for the narrow political gains, she says, want to boycott the inauguration ceremony. And she also does say that do not mix your Modi hatred with the boycott of the parliament. So clearly there are some political parties wanting to look on the right side of history. But the Congress on the other side, remember, as we were just bringing this broadcast to you, has put out an entire press release. And in their press release, the Congress again here is reiterating that as the new parliament building is going to be inaugurated, the Adivasi communities across India are in a rage because of the autocratic decision of the Prime Minister to inaugurate the new parliament building by himself, converting, and listen to this very carefully, they say converting this historical moment into yet another PR stunt for his political promotion. So you do realize that the problem is with Narendra Modi. That is absolutely clear. But on the other side, you've had reactions today that have come in both from the Prime Minister on this entire issue and from the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Now, how do they view what's really going on? Amit Shah says the Congress can boycott. We do not care, and it does not even matter. He says the next time around, that is the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, wait and watch. We'll get 300 plus seats. The Prime Minister also gave the example of what happened in Australia during the diaspora event, and he says that you had the entire Australian Parliament, including those who are leading the government and the opposition at that event. Obviously want to indicate that keep aside your political differences, keep aside your Modi hatred right now, but come forward to be a part of this historical and much awaited ceremony that happens this Sunday. Some political parties are still undecided. But what will happen in the next few hours? Again, will that have a clear implication on what happens in 2024? A lot of interesting political permutations and combinations happening. We quickly bring up the entire story with more reactions that have come in from different political parties. And then we'll have a big debate asking those people, why do they want to be on the wrong side of history when the new parliament will be inaugurated this Sunday?
21 parties are set to boycott the parliament inauguration, but even within the opposition, it's a divided house.
And all of them in one voice stated that we will not participate of inaugurating the new parliament building. The way in which it was dealt was utter in contempt of the democratic norms of the country.
On Sunday, PM is all set to inaugurate the new parliament building.
Amid political row over the new parliament building being inaugurated by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, a petition has been filed in the Supreme Court seeking a direction that the inauguration should be done by the President of India.
And Home Minister Amit Shah has a strong message for the boycott group.
कांग्रेस पार्टी का रवैया ही, उनका दृष्टिकोण ही नकारात्मक। अभी मोदी जी आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के वर्ष में देश की संसद का नया भवन 28 तारीख को लोकार्पण करने वाले हैं, देश को समर्पित करने वाले। कांग्रेस दल, कांग्रेस पार्टी और उनके साथी राजनीति कर ओछी राजनीति का एक उदाहरण पेश कर उसका बहिष्कार।
Amid the raging debate, even Prime Minister had a message for opposition leaders.
भारतीय समुदाय का जो कार्यक्रम था, वहां ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्रधानमंत्री का आना गौरव की बात। पूरी अपोजिशन पार्टी के मेंबर से, रूलिंग पार्टी के मेंबर से ये लोकतंत्र का वातावरण ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लोग में भारतीयों के प्रति, चाहे पक्ष सत्ता का हो, चाहे पक्ष विपक्ष का हो, सबके सब मिलजुल करके भारतीय समुदाय के इस कार्यक्रम में उतने ही उमंग और उत्साह के साथ शरीक हुए थे।
Is politics above national pride for opposition? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So when this is a moment of national pride, why do you have some political parties again and again who want to politicize the entire issue? That's a question that we'll continue to ask here at Republic. And I do see Mahesh Begala literally smiling there on that entire question. He's going to be asked that question right away here on the top of the debate. He represents the BRS. I'm not sure if the BRS has taken a decision or not. Neeti Jain is the BJP spokesperson. Abhishek Rai is spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. And we are also expecting Abhishek Agnihotri from the Uddhav faction Sena to just join us in a bit. As I say, good evening to all of you, Maheshji. Why don't you begin the debate? Will you be a part of history this Sunday, or you want to choose your political differences and your Modi hatred to stay away from the inauguration, sir?
Okay, good evening. Actually, BRS party has taken the decision to boycott this event. It is not an event, actually. It's an insult for the entire India, and not only just for the Adivasis. See, this is a parliament. It's a historical building. It's not just about it's like a temple kind of an event happening in India. You want to inaugurate a parliament without the guard, but the priest wants to do it. So that's the thing we can compare the democracy. Indian president is the first person for the country, but you are ignoring entirely the president and vice president of India and the prime minister for the upcoming elections, for the political gains, for the PR gains. He wants to go ahead and do, but he wants to invite people from various other sectors, but not the prime ministers. Definitely, it's an insult for the entire nation.
You say this is an insult, but there have been number of instances where a lot of state heads, the chief ministers have gone ahead to inaugurate assemblies or a lot of other, things. I think in 2023, you had KCR, the Telangana chief minister only, Mahesh Ji, who inaugurated the secretariat there. Did you call the governor? Did you invite the governor for the inauguration?
Absolutely. I agree with your point. When this event took place, the Secretariat inaugural was done by the Chief Minister KCR. The same BJP leaders have questioned that, how can you inaugurate without a governor? She is the first lady of the state. But there is a big difference between the parliament and the assembly, because the parliament is it's not an administrative building.
No, Mahesh Ji, this is a problem. This is a problem. Are you saying the governor? Are you saying the governor does not command any respect?
No,
it is okay, it is kosher if you have a state chief minister doing it.
If you do it,
but you have a problem when the same story plays out on the national stage.
No, just let me explain. There is a big difference.
Yes,
between
Niti,
the parliament
I will
building
come
and
to
the
you.
secretariat.
Mahesh Ji, respond to that quickly,
please.
Secretariat
is an administrative building. Secretariat is an administrative building. Whereas the parliament is the legislative, where the legislatures are done, and where prime minister and the president, even after making, the president is the final authority in the parliament. So you need to respect that position when it comes to the parliament, whether it's a Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. The head of the parliament is the prime minister, president of India. But when it comes to the secretariat, it is the administrative building, not the assembly. So there is a very, very clear differences between the parliament secretariat and the parliament inaugural.
Niti quickly wants to counter you. Before I get in Abhishek into this conversation, I'll allow Niti to counter you. Then Niti, I'll also ask you a question.
So Deepthi, I think the hypocrisy of the opposition, every time any party spokesperson comes up and they talk about it, I think all they talk about is their own hypocrisy. From Congress to BRS, I think we've all seen how they have repeatedly done the same things, and at that time they did not worry about the constitution. Today he's saying the governor is probably not as important as the president. So I think all we are talking about right now is hypocrisy. The only matter is that the opposition today is trying to unite on a single agenda, which is an anti-BJP front. They have no agenda to do that except to form an anti-BJP front. And for that, they would use any platform that they can get, whether it's relevant or it's not relevant. And I can assure you that even if it was...
But Niti, having said that, see, there is a question that the BJP is also being asked. What is the problem if you have the president inaugurating the new parliament building? You should also have a large heart. You have such a huge majority there in the Lok Sabha. What is the problem if you just allow the president to inaugurate the new parliament?
The point is that we can always go back to what is the problem with doing this and what is the problem with doing that. The problem is that today we are just discussing this because somebody in the opposition woke up on the left side of the bed and they thought कि आज हम इस बात का मुद्दा बनाते हैं. Yesterday they had a problem with the national emblem. Then they had a problem with why is there a statue that is being erected there. The entire central vista, they went to the Supreme Court about the expenditure that was being done and the Supreme Court rejected their plea. So they have been looking for reasons to counter this entire project. Even if what they're asking for, the government had given to that, they would still have found another reason to not accept this invitation because that is their entire agenda. Their agenda is no logic about whatever they're trying to portray. They are just looking for an excuse to not let this be a successful event.
But why, Niti? Are you giving them an opportunity? Look at how the Congress and the opposition is spinning this issue. Abhishek is smiling. He has a big smile that's only getting bigger. But then I will also talk about Mayawati, Abhishek ji. With your permission, Niti, you're also sidestepping a question. You know, you're sidelining an Adivasi president. Look at what the Congress says. Jairam Ramesh has put out a press release. He says, Niti, listen to this. He says the Prime Minister is completely sidelining India's first woman Adivasi president, Srimati Draupadi Murmu ji. This is not just a direct insult to India's democracy, but also to the entire Adivasi community in India. Why are you giving the opposition an issue on a platter?
We were the one who proposed Draupadi Murmu ji as a president. It was the opposition who called her names. Let me not even get into the parties like Congress who called her Rashtrapatni is what one of the Congress leaders came out with, and that she was a rubber stamp and that she is not going to be effective. It was the opposition parties who boycotted the president address, not just Murmu ji, but even Kovind ji, I think on 28th January 21. And 1st February 23, Murmu ji's address that they had boycotted. So wasn't that a part of protocol and constitution? So I think it is the opposition
of
that
course,
is trying to demean the chair.
That is absolutely wrong. That is absolutely wrong. But how will the BJP defend this? That you're sidelining an Adivasi president? You know, is the president just a rubber stamp, Niti? Before I get in, Abhishek, was the president just supposed to garner a few political votes to make a statement?
That is a very myopic view to look at it. Just because the president is not part of this event, you cannot say we have been the ones who have proposed Draupadi Murmu ji's name. It was the opposition that was opposed to that entire prospect. And today again, we are being asked about the same thing. I think it is the opposition that needs to be asked, why have they been demeaning the entire culture? And why have they been not able to do for the past 75 years what Modi ji is doing now? I think that is a relevant question that needs to be asked. How are we demeaning the woman president who we have?
Yes, questions will be asked, Niti, to all sides. I think we also do have Abhishek now who's joining us. And Abhishek Agnihotri is representing the Uddhav faction of the Shiv Sena. If we can also have him on the screens. And I have two Abhisheks in the panel. So Abhishek Rai. Yes, we have both the Abhisheks now. So Abhishek Rai, you're representing the Samajwadi Party. How would you respond to what Amit Shah has said? Amit Shah simply says that the Congress or the opposition's boycott does not matter. He says, wait and watch till 2024. We'll get more than what we got the last time around.
See, what I want to tell you, it's very astonishing what I was hearing from the BJP spokesperson. It's very astonishing. They say, whatever I have learned, whatever I have studied, that the first citizen of India is the president, second is vice president, and third is the prime minister. That is what I have learned and I have studied a long time. This is a promotion event. They have always wanted to tell us.
Sir, please tell me, why did you have a problem with the national emblem? Were we provoking you then as well?
Why? Then I'll have to go back into history. You know, I'll show you your hypocrisy. I'll show you your hypocrisy. One little thing I'll tell you, Niti, please allow me that counter. Abhishek ji, do you remember, you know, during the height of COVID, what did Akhilesh Yadav say? BJP ki vaccine hai.
Let me
so you have a past like that. How will you convince people of your stand? And look at what Mayawati, look at what Benji has said. You know, you're related to Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh has 80 Lok Sabha seats. Mayawati does not see any logic in a lot of these opposition parties ganging up to boycott. She says कि राष्ट्रपति द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी द्वारा नए संसद का उद्घाटन नहीं कराए जाने को लेकर बहिष्कार अनुचित है.
Listen to me. What Mayawati ji says, it's her own decision. We don't care about Mayawati ji. She has got one seat in UP. She has got one seat in UP.
So where is opposition unity now? Where is opposition unity today?
She's not a part of opposition. She's not a part of the opposition. She's a BJP B team. And we won't want to talk about her.
She's a BJP's B team.
Who does not join you?
She's a BJP's B team.
No, everybody who does not join this conundrum of no agenda is going to be the B team of BJP.
So, you know, Abhishek ji, I don't think you're aware, and I must get in Abhishek Agnihotri quickly. Before Abhishek Rai, I tell you the list of parties also who were once said to be with the opposition. The BJD, the Biju Janata Dal, the BSP, Benji's party, who you say is BJP's B team. So anyone today, Abhishek ji, who does not support your boycott call becomes the BJP's B team. Is that the only response that you have? But Abhishek Agnihotri ji, how would you respond to what's going on? Why do you people want to be on the wrong side of history?
Can I answer you? You are not.
I'll come back to Abhishek ji. This is for Mr. Agnihotri.
जो हमारे पैनल में जो भी गेस्ट यहाँ बैठे उन लोगों ने ऑलरेडी रखा है, यहाँ पे बीजेपी स्पोक पर्सन ने भी रखा। मैं एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ, भारतीय देश हमारा लोकतांत्रिक देश है। यहाँ राष्ट्रपति के पद की गरिमा क्या है सभी को पता है। राष्ट्रपति का स्थान क्या है, सर्वोच्च स्थान पे जो व्यक्ति बैठा हुआ है देश के लोकतंत्र के सर्वोच्चम स्थान पे, उसकी अनुपस्थिति में यदि किसी भी पार्लियामेंट या ऐसी किसी भी चीज को जो जनता से संबद्ध हो, उसका अगर उसके क्या नाम इसका लॉन्चिंग को उसको नहीं बुलाया जा रहा है, तो कहीं न कहीं ये लोकतंत्र को चुनौती देने के बराबर। और लोकतांत्रिक देश में सभी का सम्मान होता है, लेकिन अगर आवश्यकता अनुसार यहाँ पे ऐसी कोई इनकी मजबूरी नहीं थी कि राष्ट्रपति के दौरान उनको निमंत्रित नहीं किया जा सकता उनके जब विपक्ष कह रहा है, तो यही तो हमारे देश की सुंदरता है कि पक्ष विपक्ष दोनों साथ में लेकर चला जाता है।
नहीं, लेकिन अगर अभिषेक अग्निहोत्री, मैं आपसे काउंटर क्वेश्चन ये पूछूं कि अगर प्रधानमंत्री इनॉग्रेट करते हैं, आप जाइए संसद के इनॉग्रेशन में, इट्स अ हिस्टोरिक डे, इट्स अ हिस्टोरिक डे फॉर द एंटायर कंट्री। पार्लियामेंट इज अ टेंपल ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी, वहां सब पार्टीज के मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट बैठते हैं, तो आप संसद का अपमान क्यों कर रहे हैं? आप नरेंद्र मोदी को इतना हेट करते हैं, उनसे इतनी घृणा करते हैं कि आप संसद का अपमान करने से भी नहीं चूकेंगे।
संसद का अपमान यहाँ पे बात ही नहीं है। भाजपा के द्वारा लिखी,
the problem is, you know, Narendra Modi, is that not the problem?
No.
Abhishek Rai ji, isn't the problem Narendra Modi? The problem is कि नरेंद्र मोदी क्यों इनॉग्रेट कर रहे हैं, और कोई भी इनॉग्रेट करते हैं बट नरेंद्र मोदी को नहीं करना चाहिए, यही कहना चाहते हैं ना आप लोग?
उद्धव ठाकरे जाएंगे।
दीप्ति, प्रॉब्लम वो भी नहीं है, अगर वो नहीं होता तो ये फिर भी कोई और मुद्दा ढूंढते जिसके करते इनको अटेंड ना करना पड़े। My point is that they have been opposing this entire session of the project since the beginning. You please tell me who was being insulted in the national embassy?
अच्छा, एक सवाल, एक इंटरेस्टिंग सवाल है अभिषेक राय जी और अभिषेक अग्निहोत्री जी, आप दोनों इसका जवाब दे सकते हैं। हिमंता बिस्वा शर्मा जो चीफ मिनिस्टर है असम के, वो ये पूछते हैं कि संसद के बाद अब क्या आप राम मंदिर का इनॉग्रेशन उसका भी बहिष्कार करेंगे? किस हद तक बहिष्कार करेंगे?
बिना सिर पैर की बात। लोकतंत्र मंत्री है,
ठीक है, एक एक करके बोलते हैं। फर्स्ट अभिषेक राय।
एक मंदिर लोकतंत्र का है, दूसरा किसी हम लोगों की भावनाओं का जुड़े हुए भगवान राम का मंदिर है वो, तो पार्लियामेंट और
जी आपके पास आती हूँ। लेट अभिषेक राय कंप्लीट हिज पॉइंट प्लीज।
Listen to me.
Abhishek Rai.
Everybody say BJP is a party and Prime Minister is always doing an event. And if he inaugurates the Ram Mandir also, that will be a political event. He knows that. And he is doing that for 2024 elections. Who knows that? The Ram Mandir has been constructed by the guidance of Supreme Court.
It's a political party. If Akhilesh Yadav is only seen at marriage ceremonies and mundas, that is his problem.
Why have you so much appraisal?
That is the problem of the Samajwadi Party, no, Abhishek ji?
Listen to me, Dipti ji.
Isn't Akhilesh Yadav a 24/7 politician? If he is not a 24/7 politician, the problem is the Samajwadi Party.
And his relation, the Rashtrapati is president and the vice president of India. You are removing them from the Constitution of India. Why is that problem? Why he can't have a big heart and say because he want to get a photo shoot like this and all the cameras and all the media.
The SP is again asking you. You are a big party. You have a huge mandate. Why don't you have a big heart?
No, we have a big heart, which is why we're bringing back the glory of India that for 75 years no opposition party could bring in. The Bengal that we are establishing today was kept as a golden walking stick gifted to Jawaharlal Nehru. That is freedom of India. Freedom of India में जिनको ये Bengal दिया गया था, उन्होंने walking stick बनाकर उसको वहाँ पर रख दिया था. तो ये सवाल आप लोगों के ऊपर
नीति ये डिबेट सेनेगल को लेकर नहीं है. नीति, you also know this is about not inviting the president. What is the problem? You know, I still don't understand, Mahesh ji. I don't understand, though you've decided to boycott this. But tell me one thing before I come to Niti, Mahesh ji. The kind of opposition parties that are on the other side of the aisle, where you have joined the boycott brigade, also includes parties like the Congress. And we all know the relationship between the BRS and the Congress. Are you saying that you will continue to support the Congress in all their causes and further boycotts, Mahesh ji?
It is not about supporting the Congress. It is supporting the Constitution of India. We respect the Constitution of India and we respect the President should be given the utmost importance. The Modi Ji's, whatever they're doing, the events today, without the President of India, that's the reason we are boycotting this event. Not because of the Congress is supporting, not because of the 21 parties are supporting.
I just remembered something interesting. You have to listen to me. Mahesh ji, I remember many instances, many pictures where we have seen the Prime Minister touching down in Telangana and the Chief Minister decided not to receive him. Where was the protocol
it is
then?
Several private events.
What did the Constitution then say?
India has visited
Where was
Telangana, state of
courtesy and
Telangana.
grace then?
But however, as per the protocol, there is every minister from the state of Telangana government has been attended and took care as per the protocol. Either Chief Minister or his minister colleagues have been attended and took care of the Prime Minister's receiving till he goes back to the Delhi. All the protocols have been maintained by the Telangana government. I would definitely say that, that still again the Chief Minister is a law-abiding citizen and he respects the Constitution and whatever needs to take care, he is doing that.
You don't respect the Constitution.
But nahi, what are you saying, Mahesh ji? KCR has called Rahul Gandhi a buffoon. KCR called Rahul Gandhi a buffoon. Are you forgetting that? Today you're standing with the same Congress party.
It is not about the Congress party or other 21 parties. As I said, we are standing behind the President of India.
It is about the Congress. The Congress says हमने सबसे पहले इस बात को लेकर चर्चा शुरू की थी. The Congress today, Mahesh ji, whether you like it or not, is crediting itself with having led this entire opposition. Rahul Gandhi claims that he's the first one to have tweeted about this and all of you followed suit.
Somebody has to take the initiative when that's all the opposition parties are there. When there's something that the ruling party is doing not the right way, some opposition party has to take up the issue. It is maybe the Congress in the front run, but it doesn't mean that other parties are just following. But all the opposition parties, whoever is boycotting, they thought through, and even the BRS government, BRS party took the decision to boycott. The reason being they felt it is like an insult not only for the entire India, but it's for the even Adivasis.
Okay,
not to
okay. I just have 10 seconds to give to Niti. She's raising her hand. Niti, you haven't still answered my question. Why do you want to sideline the president? That's it, the last question.
What is the issue in inviting the president of India?
We're not sidelining the president, Dipti. My only point is that listening to this BRS spokesperson, I think I now realize why Amit Shah ji said it doesn't matter if these opposition parties attend or not, because they themselves have no clarity about what they are supporting, who they are supporting and who they are going with.
Because
they have no clarity. Their only agenda is against Modi and all they're trying to oppose.
Okay, whether you like it or not, history is going to be written this Sunday. Niti still hasn't answered my question, but we'll keep asking those uncomfortable questions to all of you. Niti and all gentlemen, I've run out of time. Thank you so much for your perspective right now. Time for us to quickly head into a break. Back on the other side with lots more.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Can't believe that the opposition intends to now boycott the inauguration of the new Parliament of India. If they do, then they should be ready for a huge backlash. Target is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In the process, they are willing to do anything to seek revenge, including this bizarre idea of boycotting a national event like the inauguration of the new Parliament building by the Prime Minister of India. Why did Rajiv Gandhi inaugurate the new Parliament Library in 1985? Was he the President of India? The people of this country, 140 crore Indians who elected the Prime Minister of India, have no significance. Are the people of India now less significant than the Vadra Gandhi family who inaugurated everything under the sun in their time? Let us say now we are proud. Let us collectively raise our voices against this dangerous attempt. The day when our new Parliament, my new Parliament will be inaugurated. Let us therefore make it difficult for those who are insulting the nation by boycotting such an event. Let us also protest against their arrogance.
Hello, Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand, brings you the latest breaking news updates from across the country only on Republic TV. Hello,
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand, brings you the latest news break from across the country only on Republic.
Hello,
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand, brings you the latest breaking news updates from across the country only on Republic TV.
Hello,
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand, brings you the latest breaking news update from across the country only.
Trending burning question, powered by O General, American Tourister and Reva University.
Welcome back, friends. Since it's the trending political story, which is the talk of the entire nation, the political boycott of inauguration of Parliament, a new Parliament building by the Prime Minister of India. 20 parties on the one side, but then now increasingly, wisdom prevailing perhaps, and that's the reason in numbers it's getting reflected. 25 political parties for the Parliament inauguration by the Prime Minister of India, including voices like Mayawati of the Bahujan Samaj Party. And then we have the likes of H.D. Devegowda, former Prime Minister of India, coming out openly and saying that he will go and attend the inauguration of Parliament, new Parliament complex. And then the likes of Ved Prakash Malik, former Army Chief, saying what's happening when India is being looked at with such reverence by the world. Why this internal discord on such an important issue concerning India's democracy? Let's look at some of the political reactions, then I come back to discuss.
अभी मोदी जी आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के वर्ष में देश की संसद का नया भवन 28 तारीख को लोकार्पण करने वाले हैं, देश को समर्पित करने वाले। कांग्रेस दल, कांग्रेस पार्टी और उनके साथी राजनीति कर ओछी राजनीति का एक उदाहरण पेश कर उसका बहिष्कार।
Parties which today see the Rashtrapati as very eminent are the ones which undertook a very bitter campaign. Leaders belonging to these very same opposition parties said that she is going to be a rubber stamp. She said that she doesn't represent any of what the country needs.
नई संसद उसका एक प्रतीक बनने जा रही है जो दुनिया के लिए भी एक आदर्श बन सकती है, लेकिन विपक्ष के इस प्रकार की बयानबाजी अत्यंत ही क्षोभकारी है।
The boycott is obvious. They have opposed the construction of Parliament House at the first place, and they never thought that Prime Minister is going to, the construction of the Parliament building will be completed so soon. So everything has happened like a bouncer for the opposition. So just to save their face, they are enacting a drama of boycott.
All right, welcome again, friends. And joining us to discuss this very important issue trending in nation's thoughts today, and is going to do that for the next couple of days till the Parliament building gets inaugurated. Neeti Jain, BJP spokesperson, joining us live from Delhi. She continues from the earlier part of the debate. Sajan K. Singh, leader BSP, live from Delhi. Remember, the BSP chief Mayawati today came out and publicly has supported the inauguration of the new Parliament building. Joining us also Parimal Kumar, Secretary General of JDU, and I would want to begin with Zeba Yasmin, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, live from Lucknow. Zeba, yesterday we had a soundbite coming in from Etawah, if I'm correct, of party senior leader, your party's senior leader Ram Gopal Yadav. And when he was asked about this controversy surrounding inauguration of Parliament, he, without a blink, made a comment that in our democracy, Prime Minister takes all decisions. It's okay if he's doing so. And then today we saw an about turn by him because perhaps at that time when he gave that soundbite in Etawah yesterday, he was not aware that officially his party has decided to join the boycott. And then a U-turn soundbite coming in today through a press conference perhaps that no, the Samajwadi Party stands for the boycott. Why this confusion? Mr. Ram Gopal Yadav is a veteran, is a professor, is a wise man. I think his first impulse, first reaction was of wisdom. Why has he come under the pressure of the rest of the leadership of Samajwadi Party, or has actually come under the pressure of the rest of the leadership of Samajwadi Party, Zeba, and then done this U-turn?
Everybody in the party is wise and witty, but yes, everybody has their individual opinion as well. But we have to abide by the rules which are made by the party and what our national president decides. So Ram Gopalji gave his personal opinion, and then when later discussed, we came on the stand of the party. That's very normal. Nobody's confused out here.
But then they are not public statements that are...
You're saying not confused, but
out in the
point I was making was that the first reaction typically is the right one perhaps. First impulse is what you really think. And then maybe he came under the pressure of the party leadership, Zeba. That's the point I was making. Or are you actually saying that such a senior leader as Ram Gopal Yadav perhaps in his personal opinion thinks that inauguration of Parliament by Prime Minister is right, but whatever Executive Council of the party perhaps decided, or Akhilesh Yadav decided that no, we will stand with the opposition, and hence he sort of caved in?
See, what happens is at times when a journalist asks you a question, you don't get the seriousness of the issue. He just said that fine, it's fine if PM is inaugurating. But yes, if you see the topic, what we are discussing, that president is being ignored.
Exactly. If he's fine means, he's fine means what? He's okay. He's a veteran. He's a senior leader of the Samajwadi Party. He has been in politics for decades. He's someone who's been a comrade of Netaji, your party's late patriarch. So he understands the nitty-gritty of politics like the back of his hand, and he understands Parliament. So if he's saying on the first impulse that, okay, fine, if Prime Minister is doing it, it's okay, obviously there is someone who's pulling the strings in the party and pulled him back.
Decisions, But decisions aren't taken like this. We sit together, we discuss, and then the party stand is finalized.
So what's the calculation like? Why are you so opposed, or the party so opposed to the new? Are you opposed to the new parliament building first? If not, then are you opposed to the fact that it's being done by the Prime Minister, who's Prime Minister of the country, by the way, and not of the BJP alone? Are you unhappy with the fact? I mean, I don't understand why you're unhappy. I mean, there is an invite that has come to you. Everyone can join in. All those people who have been invited, I'm sure the Samajwadi Party leadership would have been invited. The leader, the chief, and the leaders in the respective houses.
Samajwadi Party isn't against the development. We have done a lot of development in UP from 2012 to 17. So we are not against the Parliament House. But yes, ये तो वही बात हो गई ना कि भगवान पे आस्था नहीं है और मंदिर बहुत भव्य बना दिया. तो we are against that ideology what BJP is following.
आस्था है ना पार्लियामेंट में आस्था है मैडम.
आपको पुजारी से प्रॉब्लम है. आपको पुजारी से प्रॉब्लम है.
That's too personal ना. आप किसी की आस्था
पार्लियामेंट में
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को फॉलो नहीं करना, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हाउस बहुत भव्य बनाना है. So समाजवादी पार्टी and other opposition parties are against this show off. Opposition parties against the show off.
Niti, Zeba is making a point, and maybe you want to come in. Let's structure this. Niti, Zeba is making a point. Zeba is saying that आपने मंदिर बना दिया और आपको भगवान में आस्था नहीं है. What she is suggesting is that while Parliament is the temple of democracy, the kind of trampling of constitution she alleges is the reason why they are boycotting.
I think it is quite hilarious coming from an SP person because हमने तो मंदिर भी बना दिया और democracy का मंदिर भी हम ही लोगों ने बना दिया. The point is, as I have been saying for a very long time now, the opposition today has no agenda to fight back on. They have to find an excuse to not be there. And the simple reason for saying this is that the entire Central Vista project has been opposed from the very beginning. They had a problem when the war memorial was being constructed. They had a problem with the national emblem that was established there. They have a problem with the statue that is being put there. So everything that our government is doing, they have a problem with that. And what they need to realize is that opposing Modi ji is one thing, but to oppose the temple of democracy is one thing. It is our government that is actually establishing the cultural integrity.
Zeba, your quick response before I go to Mr. Sajan Singh and Parimal Kumar and involve them in the debate. Zeba, your quick response.
Let me correct BJP spokesperson. She is saying that opposition opposes. Opposition's role is to oppose the wrong policies of the government. Yes, it is. Get the logic. Opposition
is not a policy decision. Come on, Zeba, this is not a policy decision.
We will mention wherever you are going wrong. We will mention every point wherever you are going wrong.
And then you find an agenda to fight us. You fight us on policies. You cannot fight us just because you are opposing BJP. That is not the way to oppose everything and anything that the government would do. To oppose the parliament.
Let me take this. Okay, you got to say. You both the ladies got their say. Niti. Let me take this to Mr. Parimal Kumar of the JDU. Then I go to Sajan Singh. Parimal Kumar. Nitish Kumar is someone who has a sense of destiny. You know, is he making a mistake of standing on the wrong side of history by boycotting this inauguration of new parliament building, which is going to be there for the next 100 years? And by the way, Nitish Kumar fancies that if the opposition clicks, he might be a prime ministerial candidate, in which case he would be there in this parliament building. He would have to sit there in this new parliament building. Parimal Kumar ji.
You see the basic reason why Janata Dal is opposing this. Actually, the inauguration of Parliamentary House is a very historical moment, no doubt. But Narendra Modi tried to particularly marginalize the relevance of the democracy. Actually, you see, Parliament House is the symbol of sovereignty of the country. It is the symbol of democracy of the country. But BJP has no belief in the democratic setup. Yes. I'm citing the example. Actually, why particularly we are demanding that the inauguration should be conducted by the Honorable President.
It's your perception. See, your perception, which is not shared by many senior, responsible, democratic leaders of the country, including the likes of H.D. Devagowda and Kumar and Mayawati. You are saying Mayawati does not understand democracy. You are saying Mayawati does not understand secularism. You are saying Mayawati does not understand constitutionalism.
Actually, you see now, when you will go through the provision of the Constitution, you see under Article 79 of the Constitution, the Parliament consists of President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Right? Actually,
my question is, you think this aspect of Constitution is not understood by someone like an H.D. Devagowda, who has been a Prime Minister?
Again, I am saying, you see,
and a Prime Minister of a coalition.
No, you see now, why you are trying to deviate me? You listen first. Actually, as per Article 53 of the Constitution, the entire executive power of the country is vested in the hand of the President, and the President will exercise this power with the help of his subordinate, and according to the Supreme Court, under the term subordinate, Council of
what had happened when Nitish Kumar had inaugurated Bihar Assembly's annexation?
Supreme Court has directly established the fact that the spirit of Article 53 is
why Governor was not invited at that time,
you know that,
or why Speaker was not asked to do the honors in Bihar? Why the Chief Minister has to do it?
Let me clarify. You not speak like BJP spokesman. Let me clarify. First, the people know why we are opposing.
You speak like
actually,
I'm asking questions, Baba.
BJP has no faith. You see, we have several
answer the question.
You see, when the
questions you have not answered. I asked you whether you think Mayawati does not understand the Constitution.
No. Actually, you
then I asked, why should Bihar Chief Minister have to do the honors and not the Speaker or Governor when it comes to Bihar Assembly? If the principle is the Prime Minister should not be doing it and President should be doing it.
Actually, in Bihar, it was just the matter of the Assembly Hall, not the entire, particularly Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, to be noted. It is the matter of the construction of the entire parliamentary building.
Okay, the slicing and dicing.
I am clarifying the fact. Right, BJP has no belief in the Constitution norm. You see, actually, President has the power to summon the, as per Article 87 of the Constitution, the President has the power to summon and prorogue the session of the House. Again, you see, under Article 108 of the Constitution, the President has the power to convene the joint session of the Prime Minister.
Are you Parimal Kumar?
President is the first citizen of India, and actually he is the head of the Parliament. That's why he should have the power to
understood.
But you see, one major problem with Narendra Modi is he is
understood.
trying to
Hold on, Nidhi, hold on.
every incident.
Nidhi, hold on.
Whether it is against the concept, spirit of the Constitution or not. That's why we are opposing. And BJP has nothing to do with the constitutional norm. Actually, our leader, Honorable Nitish Kumar is opposing BJP because they are trying to violate the Constitution. They have no belief in the constitutional norm. Actually, they are dictators. They act like dictators. You recall when the process of foundation stood was being laid down. He not even invited the then President.
Hold on.
And you see, as the inaugural function, every President Draupadi Murmu is not invited. Actually, this shameful act is being conducted with BJP. That's why we are opposing. And again, the date on this.
Okay, Parimal Kumar, what is shameful? Let me tell you.
No. One thing again. 28th May is the date of Jayanti of Savarkar, to be noted. Savarkar is not the symbol of secularism.
Okay, that's the problem. The date is the problem, right? The date is the problem, Parimal Kumar. Sajan Singh, hold on. Nidhi, hold on. Nidhi, hold on. I've not been able to get Sajan Singh on. Sajan Singh.
Actually, the
Sajan Singh, Parimal Kumar, hold on, don't monopolize this conversation. Let others also join in. Parimal Kumar, I have to let this conversation move forward in a structured manner. Sajan Singh, the problem seems to be that they don't like Narendra Modi. The problem seems to be the date, which is the Jayanti of
every aspect.
The problem is not the Prime Minister is doing it. The problem is with the person.
The Prime Minister tried to take credit. That's why they put particularly this issue, the Central Vista project under.
Okay, Parimal Kumar, let other voices be heard. Sajan Singh. I want Sajan Singh. Niti, hold on. I have to hear Mr. Sajan Singh also. His leader Mayawati has taken a very reasoned, rational position today. We need to listen to that also.
It belongs to the nation.
Sajan Singh.
It belongs to the nation. We are going to participate in the ceremony. We are not going to oppose it anyhow. Yes, the person who is saying that by participating in the inaugural ceremony, by not calling the president position has been defamed. When the Common Congress MP was defaming the Adivasi president, where was those persons? Where was those hiding behind the screen? Why not they oppose that idea when Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary was opposing the president, defaming the president by calling them? What was the pride of Adivasi women being the president of India? When the Sonia Gandhi inaugurated the Chhattisgarh Assembly, that time where were those persons? He is treating the constitution, provision of constitution doesn't create an embargo upon us to not to join the inaugural ceremony, which is dedicated to the nation of this country. This parliament doesn't belong to any political party, doesn't belong to any family. This belongs to the nation. This is the people's parliament.
That's a very reasoned approach, but let me take this to Zeba. Zeba, you know, 2021, on 26th of November, thank you, Sajan Singh.
It can't be happen.
Yes.
It can't be happen. You are not supporting the
It can't happen. It can't happen. Zeba, on 26th. Okay, let me take this forward. Zeba.
You should have. Yes. Second point is that
because you mentioned Ambedkar and constitutionalism,
it doesn't mean that we are supporting the policy of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Fantastic.
We are still opposing that. Yes,
that does not mean you are supporting the party. It's not about party. It's about the nation and the constitutional scheme of things. See, what is important is, Zeba, that if you are saying that if president inaugurates, we would come. What happened on 26th of November 2021 on the Constitution Day? If you really have respect for Baba Saheb Ambedkar who gave us the Constitution, if you really have respect for constitutionalism and the constitutional scheme of things, on 26th of November 2021, completion of 70 years of Constitution of India, President was presiding, President Ramnath Kovind at that time, and yet the opposition boycotted. Your problem is with the BJP and you have no political answer to the BJP, and that's why you use these kind of gimmicks on occasions when you can get some media traction. That seems to be the objective.
See, you're digressing from the point. In the letter which has been released by the opposition, it is not mentioned that we are against the parliament or the constitution or the parliamentary policies. And the question is to me, ma'am.
Yes, you're saying you are against Narendra Modi. That's the problem.
जब आपकी constitution की
we have problem with the way it is being inaugurated.
You cannot use the constitution as
हमें parliament से problem नहीं है. हम तो चाहते हैं कि parliament के rules को आप follow करिए.
आपको नरेंद्र मोदी से problem है, Zeba, which is not good. He's prime minister of the country. He has a strong mandate. He has people's mandate with him. He is the leader of the country. BJP is a political platform. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of the country. I hope you understand the basics of democracy.
में दंगाइयों को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। ये कौन सा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन था? ये कौन सा बिल था और ये कौन सा प्रोटोकॉल था? ये मुझे ये बताइए, आप लोग कौन से कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के हिसाब से काम करते हो? वो कौन सा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन? वो यादव जी वाला कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है कि देश का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है? आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डे पर वॉकआउट कर जाओ।
You know, Zeba, hold on. Niti, hold on. You know, when President of India, Draupadi Murmu, was giving her first speech, opposition did not let the house in order. Parimal Kumar, if you really respect the president, India's first tribal woman president, the opposition should have extended the courtesy of listening to her when she was addressing the joint session of the House, of the Parliament. That courtesy was not extended. What constitutionalism you're talking about? I gave you the example of Constitution Day of 2021 when President Ramnath Kovind was presiding, and yet the opposition boycotted. So it's just convenience. It's just populism. It's just opposition finding these occasions convenient for their politics by other means to target Prime Minister Narendra Modi personally, nothing else. Parimal Kumar.
Many parliament, number one, okay? And we have deep belief in the constitutional norms, and we favor the basic feature of the constitution, okay? We never we will never allow to destroy the basic feature of the constitution. What the constitution said, Actually, this is the main basic point. That's why we are opposing it. Actually, as per you will see through the parliamentary democracy, the hierarchy of the parliamentary democracy, Prime Minister is subordinate to the President. Okay, and Supreme Court has already established.
Sir, what about
then
the Chief
what
Minister
was the
to the
reason
Governor?
why he was
I
not?
will answer this question when you answer mine.
No. BJP is always trying to create the confusion. They are dictators. They have no belief in the constitution. They have no belief in the democratic setup to be noted. And the parliament building is the symbol of democracy. Actually, BJP has no belief in the secularism of the country. Actually, they are trying to destroy. They are trying to put the secularism at the stake of the capitalist.
Okay,
actually, they are dictators. They are dictators. If they will be allowed to continue in the power now, they will destroy the constitution of India. That's why we are opposing. That is the reason why our honorable chief minister
now you keep moving the goalposts, for God's sake. You keep moving the goalposts. Zeba.
So actually,
okay, Parimal Kumar, let's sum up. Parimal Kumar, let's sum up. Niti, hold on.
BJP is working as
Niti,
a
hold
dictator,
on.
to be noted.
It's just a matter. It's just so convenient to keep moving the goalposts. First they say, why do you need the parliament when the crisis of the pandemic is there? The money could have been spent somewhere else. When you are told that instead of 3,000 crore budgeted in the UPA time, this parliament is coming up in less than 1,000 crores, you move the goalpost and say, oh, why do it on Veer Savarkar Jayanti? Then when you say, when you are able to, when you are convinced that the date has nothing to do, it just happenstance. Why Narendra Modi is inaugurating it, why not the president? When you are told that you are disrespecting n number of times you have disrespected the president of India, both the incumbent Draupadi Murmu and before her Ramnath Kovind, you move the goalpost and say, oh, why prayers are happening? Is this unending opposition for the sake of opposition? That's the debate we have been having, and we are going to continue this for a while. But you see, I want to end this on with a tweet by former Army Chief of India, Ved Malik, who's really exasperated by this debate, friends and viewers. He has said, what's happening in India? Why are we trying to denigrate our national symbols, institutions, and show disrespect to each other just when the world has started respecting India? All my panelists, guests, please take note of the sentiment on the ground. Mayawati, of course, represents that. H.D. Devagowda also represents that. I'm sure opposition also does that. But then, is the opposition missing the larger picture? That's something we'll continue to discuss over the next couple of days till the inauguration of Parliament happens on Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us. Short break on the other side. Arnab Goswami is back with the debate.
Hello, Moto. Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand, brings you the latest news break from across the country only on Republic.
Can't believe that the opposition intends to now boycott the inauguration of the new Parliament of India. If they do, then they should be ready for a huge backlash. Target is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In the process, they are willing to do anything to seek revenge, including this bizarre idea of boycotting a national event